Hey YouTube, what's up? Ember 1205 here on Hot Camaro channel. Today's video is a little bit of comparison shopping info, I guess. So in the not too distant past, I was away from home, did not have my car, and opted to rent and decided that I was going to go for a convertible. Walked up to the row of cars that were available and was trying to decide which one of the crappy Mustangs I was going to take when I realized that I had another option. So I took that other option and wanted to give you a little review of what that was all about. So let's jump over, take a look, and I'll be back at the end. All right, so here is the car in question. This is a 2021 1LT in Crush. So this is a rental, not my car, but you know, it's definitely something I took the opportunity to drive a bit and be able to compare it a little bit to my 2SS. So just jumping inside, I can show you a little bit of stuff here that's a little different real quick. Certainly some controls are a little bit different on the steering wheel because we don't have the heated steering wheel control. Obviously automatic instead of stick. The display here is a little bit smaller. So this is the 7-inch screen. This is the base screen as opposed to the upgraded or upsized, whatever you want to call it, 8-inch. The controls across here are a bit different, right? We don't have things like the ventilated seat control. We don't have the heated seat control because they're not available on this particular trim level, right? So but other things like push-button start are the same. You know, the general layout of the interior is the same. The knee pads are just a hard plastic. No sort of coating or anything on them. So the difference there really is, you know, for me, I do happen to rest my leg on this particular knee pad when I drive. And I could definitely feel the difference that this one is a little bit more rigid. The padded one in my car definitely is a bit more comfortable. So similar controls on the door. We don't have the buttons up here for the seat memory, but the rest is pretty much the same. Difference here with the mirror is that since this is not equipped with the rear camera, it's just the standard manual dim mirror here. We do not have the auto-dimming driver's mirror. The dash layout is more simplistic, straightforward, and fixed, right? We don't have the variability of the controls and such. But a lot of the interior of this car is very much the same. You know, again, we've got just a hard plastic trim piece, whereas on the SS, the 2SS at least, that's padded. The seats are cloth, which is true up until you get to the 2SS, so the 1LT and such, the 1SS, the LT1. These are all cloth trimmed interior seats, but largely this thing is the same. It's riding on some different rubber, has no magnetic ride, has a different brake setup, so definitely can tell the difference from my 2SS in terms of how it drives. How it grips, things like that, but still, you know, fun car to drive. Had this opportunity to grab a convertible, and when I went to the rental facility, you know, my knee-jerk reaction was to head toward the Mustangs because that seemed like what they were going to have. But I saw a couple of Camaros sitting there as well, and when I went over to look, they had a silver one, which was pretty beat up, honestly. The driver's door looked like it had been pried open at one point. The metal between the door and the body trim was pretty damaged. But this was sitting right next to it, and I thought, yeah, let's give it a shot. You know, at least it's something that I know, right? So I took the opportunity and, you know, drove it for a couple of days, and like I said, it's still a fun car to drive. It you know, has a very different engine and exhaust sound compared to the V8, even though I don't have the dual mode in my 2SS. You can still tell that there's a pretty significant difference, right? The exhaust on this is pretty much the same exhaust as my car. So clearly the difference comes from the engine itself, and there's quite a difference. So anyway, that's it. I just wanted to give you a chance to kind of take a look here, get a little bit of comparison stuff. We still have auto climate control, but like I said, no heated seats, no ventilated seats, so those controls are missing. But otherwise, very, very similar car, and still enjoyable to drive. So, if you get a chance, take a look. All right, well, there you have it. A 2021 1LT, not to be confused with the LT1. It is a different model, right? So the 1LT is the non-V8 powertrain, and the one that I had happened to be a 6. LT1 is a V8 powertrain. But anyway, decent car overall. If I were to go with a 1LT or even a 2LT for that matter, if it were me and I were doing it as just a pure, hey, I just want a simple convertible type of car, what I would do would be to change out the knee pads on the center console. That's about it. Otherwise, the car is, the car's fun to drive. It is what it is. So at any rate, please be sure to like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, leave me your comments about what you thought about this video, and or what you might be interested in hearing about in the future. Until next time, Ember 1205, out.